He said, if you ever start to doubt for a second, wondering if I still love you, let your doubt be your confirmation that I do. I sit here where you've sat 1,000 times before, mind reeling, convincing myself that there is nothing, was nothing, is nothing. Hollow limbs and empty fingerprints, faces hid and downturned chins. Don't you dare look at me that way when you know that in 2 seconds you'll have to pretend you were looking at somewhere beyond my face, out a window, at a tree, a piece of bark, maybe even a leaf, anywhere but here. Because this is off limits. We knew that, but we acted as if we didn't, and now all that's left are missing pages in my notebook and confusion in your eyes and this awkward stage of life where we have to move on. Because you can't love me the right way, despite the depth of your heart. And I can't give you what you need. You'll always just be a piece of art that I could never complete. A canvas that I can never paint because it's continually being washed away by the tears of me always being strong enough. Never being weak enough, and one day you'll break because the moisture will be far too much for your strands to take, and on that day, I'll become a tidal wave and crash over you. And I'll be large enough to carry rocks the distance of your soul and to sever the strands of you from the strands of me, because no matter how hard you try, you can never complete me. Despite what it seems, we are not a beautiful travesty. I told you that I am not done self-destructing. And when this grenade goes off inside of my chest, I don't want you around to witness how it feels to be covered in the remains of a girl whose excuse was, I don't want to miss the experience. He said, there are so many things that I will never forget. But the look in your eyes as you blew me a kiss and walked away was forever burned in my heart the second you did it. It took everything in me not to just run away with you, forget everything and make a life with you, but that's not reality, and we both know that's not how the story ends. Girl unobserved and boy unrelinquished, mending and repairing while controlling and despairing, holding on to something that they can't quite distinguish. Maybe if they could just pinpoint what this thing is, he could cut it out and lay it down, and she could destroy it with an ink pen, writing words of sanity and clarity to smother this illusion of emotional vanity. Even complex theories dating back to prehistoric history can't explain the chemical mystery that seems to happen only every 100 years or so between two people who share the same soul. You tell me secrets that no one else knows. I look in your eyes and see ghosts, thoughts of white, smiles of gray, and doubts of black. In a room full of people, I am constantly aware of where you're at. Shakespeare can write a hell of a story. But when it comes to star-crossed lovers, I would be bold enough to say that he missed the mark quite substantially, because if there was ever a definition of star-crossed lovers, this would be it. It's like our hands overlap, but we're in 2 different dimensions. Fate will always enforce that gap, and we're the proof that despite what people think, love does not always win. So when the time comes, you love her, and I'll love him, and hope that his soul feels the chill from the ice in my eyes just like yours did.